guys, welcome to another episode of Creative Automotive. Starting it off a little bit different today. Joe's not here with me and we're not in a car. I'm actually in my apartment right now. I'm going to head up to his house now. We're going to get a ride down to RPM Motor Cars and we're going to go straight to the airport because tonight we're flying to Vegas for Barrett Jackson. Alright, so today's ride of choice is a 2001 Ford Expedition SS Nürburgring Edition. We're working with about 560 wheel horsepower in this thing. Oh, we should do a tunnel shot right now. Oh yeah, lighting up the pretty sweet Jaguar right there. Jaguar, however you guys want to pronounce it. F-Type R, big V8, big grumbling noises. Pretty sweet ride. So I wanted to take some of this time of this drive here while I'm headed up to Joe's to kind of talk about where things started and where I kind of got interested in cars, because that's really important. A lot of you guys out there that have different stories, we've all stemmed from one car. It's started somehow, your father's car, your sister's car, your aunt, your uncle's car, your friend's car. It's usually one car that starts everything, and ever since that point you completely just start spiraling in, and you get more interested in it, and that kind of grows your fixation on cars. And I'd say the car for me that kind of started everything was a Mustang. You know, Mustang, most obvious car that everyone kind of starts with. But it was an 03 SVT Cobra. It was black, and he had a manual transmission, and it was owned by my stepdad. Now at that time I was probably 12 years old, and I didn't know anything about cars at that point. And all I knew was that car was loud, it was fast, and it was a manual transmission. But that's kind of where it all started. And I want to hear from you guys. If you can leave comments under here. What was your first car that kind of started everything, that started your interest in vehicles and kind of got you going, you know? So yeah, leave a comment down below, guys. Approaching the guard gate, and perfect timing. Look at that. Woo! His house is the only one with the orange lights. Literally. That's it. Only one in the neighborhood with festivity. Look at this.
Yeah.
Hey man, hey, I'm outside. Where do you want me to put this beast?
The second garage.
Second garage. Backing it up. Woo, baby! Awesome. We appreciate the ride.
Yep.
Alright, so normally you get to the airport and security line's terrible, but tonight is open. Look at that.
Perfect.
Just got done getting strip searched.
Yeah.
Took off my pants and everything. Just kidding. That's a little bit too much, but
I did it actually.
best part of the airport right here, guys. Look how fast we're going. Airplanes, lots of airplanes. So we're in some random terminal right now because we found a McDonald's. I know it's terrible because we were hungry, and I just remembered I told you guys about the car that I started with and that I saw, and that kind of flamed my passion for cars. But Joe here hasn't, and Joe is eating fries. Joe is going to tell you about his first experience with the car that started his epic car obsession.
Well, it started here in an airport. We flew out to Tennessee to get my 96 Mustang GT. We drove it all the way back to Phoenix, and it was interesting because I had only gotten my permit a few months before that, and driving on the road, that was like my first really long driving experience, learning a lot on the road. It was actually really cool. So me and my dad, we made a heck of a trip out of it. But yeah, it was my first car. It was fun. I miss it, but you always got to move on sometimes. These ground elevator things aren't working.
Yeah, what the heck? Why are they broken?
This one, oh, this one's working.
Oh, it's working.
It's working.
Alright guys, we made it. See that right there? That's a Rolls-Royce 10,000 horsepower jet engine. 10,000 horsepower and then 20,000 foot-pounds of torque.
Aviation or automotive? What are you doing?
Everything today. That's a wing. That wing is 63.2 feet long. And that plane right there, it's also pretty dang good too.
We're gonna change the channel to creative
Aviation.
creative aviation.
Alright guys, we landed in Vegas, and the first thing you see is slot machines.
Of course.
This is by far one of the weirdest airports I have ever been to. Look at all this. Advertisements galore.
And more slot machines.
Now we have to find the Uber. And Joe thinks he knows the way.
You know the way.
Do you know the way? I don't think you know the way.
Straight that way.
Just got to the hotel. What the heck?
We made it.
Woo.